Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Manga After Dark. Shout out to TCB Scans for getting chapter 1086 to us. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's week is going well if you're in school. Hope your school year is ending perfectly. So without further ado, another chapter of Ichiro Oda's greatness is out. Let's dive into chapter 1086 of One Piece. So we got Luffy, Garp, and Kobe, the goats on the cover, all with the fist. Oh, yeah, let's go. Stand up. So we got a color picture with the Straw Hats playing in the rain. No rain, no rainbow. Happy shout Pride Month, shout out. Colorful Straw Hats, let's go. Cover request by Crazy Downey. Chopper and Kitty crossing the reflection of a rainbow they see in a puddle. The fallout from the reverie. Chapter 1000. That title! Chapter 1086, The Five Elder Planets. And so the curtains drew closed on the reverie. Before the news of King Cobra's murder came to light, the fallout from the reverie. This is Princess Vivi of Arabasta. So he's holding up it was Igaram. He's holding up pictures of her. Hasn't anyone seen her? Where is the king? Has his condition worsened? Some pels flying around. All the while, a number of stowaways held their breath as they attempted to escape on various royal vessels. So you got Wapol and Vivi, they're in a crate. Hey, those ships. Hey, whose ship is this? The Aegis Kingdoms. We're on Aegis ships, Morgans. So they're they're talking. I didn't know. So Wapol was holding a Den Mushi. They're talking to Morgan. Morgan, gotcha. We'll fly our headquarters over and pretend to look for a scoop. Use that chance to hop aboard and don't get yourselves caught before then. Wapol, I owe you one. You got that right. A king somehow became the subject of a manhunt. This is big news. I can't wait to hear all about it. So Vivi's thinking, so what exactly did you see there, Wapol? Wapol, like I tell you, leave me alone and go back to your own ship. I can't. This is Wapol thinking. I can't. CP0 is no joke. Now that they're after me, it won't matter how much everyone tries to help. Those agents won't resist till I'm back in their custody. Oh, they're whispering. They're not thinking. These aren't thought bubbles. These are whispering. Now let me borrow your transponder, Snail. I need to talk to my father as soon as possible. He's a total worrywarts. Wapol, anything but that. Get lost already. What's wrong with you? And CP0 agents are walking around with Vivi's picture. Is that Stelly? There's like a prince with hard eyes. They're walking over. Then yeah, that's fucking CP Spandam holding a picture of Sabo. Then we got Bonnie. I'm hungry. Tajine Kingdom ship. Hatch section. If I can just make it to Lucia. Huff. Huff. I know I can figure something out. So this is Sabo. Lucia Kingdom ship. Bilge section. Sabo's fucked up. Huff. I'm counting on you. So he's thinking back to what Cobra was telling him. I'm counting on you, Sabo-kun. You must live on. And Sabo's getting emotional thinking about it. It didn't take long for the two key stories to spread across the globe. The murder of King Arabasta and the disappearance of his daughter, Princess Vivi. The Holy Land of Merry Joys. The man they call Sabo. He seems to have a checkered fate. How else can you account for him constantly being surrounded by those who bear the letter D? Let's go. I was hoping we would be able to see to the egghead issue now, but it seems that dealing with this complication will have to take priority. So the Denadushi is ringing. Ring, ring, clank. Yes, great Emu. Pangea Castle Flower Room. The time has come to put Vegapunk's invention to the test. Use the Mother Flame. The Mother Flame. What is this? It sounds heavy. It is true. We haven't had the chance to try it out before. So there's no way to ascertain its effectiveness yet. Depending on how well this experiment goes, Egghead may reconsider its response. I think a forest area would be a more suitable testing ground than a sea-based target. Lelucia Kingdom, said Emu. So the shit that took down Lelucia Kingdom was called Mother Flame. Quite a lot of people live there, said the mustache Gorosei, with the handlebar mustache Gorosei. This is of no consequence. Then a downward pointy mustache Gorosei understood. The world moves at the will of the creator. Then Sanji's fake dad. What is the reason for Lucia's selection? It's close proximity. That's messed up. It shall be as you say. I will make necessary preparations, said Garcia Saturn. We're getting names. I humbly request your patience in the meantime. 5 elder planets. Defense Science Warrior God. What type of title is this? Defense Science Warrior God. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. Then we got the downward mustache. Lelucia's citizens has shown sparks of rebellion recently. 5 elder planets. Environmental warrior god Saint Marcus Mars. Then we got the handlebar mustache. We may be able to make an example out of them. 5 elder planets. Social justice warrior. Justice warrior god Saint Top Man Valkyrie. Then Gandhi. If we could one day use this power freely. 5 elder planets. Finance warrior god. The god of money. Saint Ethan Baron V. Nosajuro. That's a heavy name. Then we got Sanji's fake dad. We could instantly snuff out any protracted conflict. 5 elder planets. Agriculture warrior god Saint Shepherd Jupiter. I just got it. Jupiter. That's a good one. Jupiter. Oh, I like that. Jupiter. All right, so Mars. So we got Mars. So Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Baron V. Nosjuro. What planet is this supposed to be? Ethan Baron V. Nosjuro. How am I butchering the pronunciation where I can't understand what planet this is supposed to be? Nostro. Is that Neptune? Saturn. What planet is this supposed to sound like? It's Jupiter clicked. Jupiter. That clicked instantly. Top Man Valkyrie. I was like, it's Mercury. Alright. It wasn't until I got to Jupiter. I was like, alright, that might be Mercury. Ethan Baron V. Nushger. Well, I'll wait for the anime to say these names or something. Well, we got their names. It's pretty cool. Emu. One more thing. The Gorosei, of course. Retrieve Vivi. As you wish. Meanwhile, the kingdom of Tajine and the Aegis kingdom are both rebelling. So Akainu listening. Between the disbanding of the 7 warlords and the uprising in the government affiliated nations, the Navy has had their hands full. However, deploy the Seraphim. Crocodile Let's go! The young goats! And Moria. Crocodile was spotted on empty bluff islands. Their military power has already gone in a new direction. So we see Don Flamingo, we see Moria, and we see young Crocodile. So young Dofi is smiling. Same thing with Moria, he's cackling. And then Crocodile has a somber look on his face. Sabo, the second we docked at Lelucia, the people arrested King Seki and Princess Komone. They were just waiting to ambush the royals. For back in present time, since I was a stowaway, they welcomed me with open arms. That's when I saw the paper and found out they pinned King Cobra's murder on me. Unsurprisingly, the people there considered me a hero. I wanted to tell them the truth, but when I saw how that lie fanned the flames of rebellion within them, the words died in my mouth. And Dragon's like looking on. Betty and the others had already inspired a lot of them, and I ended up bringing many of those hopeful recruits back with me. Sabo continues. I couldn't make direct contact without an encryption snail, so I rerouted my call through the island while we were setting sail. Oof, that got smoked. I knew the government would intercept the signal, but doing it like that was sure to fool them thinking I was still on Lelucia. However, I was just within range, having already set sail to our new with our new enlistees. Then Ivankov. So the annihilation of Lelucia really did happen during that call. Yeah, everyone on board was hysterical. A lot of them had family on the island. They saw their country obliterated right in front of their eyes. Dragon, despicable. How in the world did they do it? An enormous shadow seemed to engulf the sky above us, and the next moment everything was gone. And in Dragon, an enormous shadow. Sabo, there's no way it was caused by a living thing or some natural disaster. Something pitch black was flying above the clouds. So it was pitch black. Then Ivankov. Sabo, earlier you said they used the name Emu. Right. This may be a little out there, but when the world we now know today was created 800 years ago, one of the first 20 sovereigns was Saint Emu of House Nerona. Saint Emu of the House Nerona. Now look at this. Since we know an ability granting eternal youth is said to exist, that must mean someone has used it before, right? Facts! We've all been saying that if we know that the Opionomi has an eternal youth surgery, so if someone got youthed, which means there's a person out there that doesn't need to worry about death. Sabo, so you think that one I saw is Eva? It could be a coincidence. Maybe they just share the same name. But could anyone else but a founder command the 5 elder planets? Can anyone else but a founder command the 5 elder planets, the highest of the world nobles? The celestial dragons fancy themselves as the descendants of the gods, after all. One more thing. Assuming the object you saw above the clouds was a weapon made by the government, then the only one capable of creating such a thing would be Vegapunk. Then Dragon, hold it, Eva. Vegapunk would never intentionally design a dedicated killing machine. I know. So what if it was an ancient weapon? Assuming Emu has been living since ancient times, there's a connection. Dragon. Robin told us that the ancient weapons do in fact exist, but if this person had such a weapon, why wait till now to use it? Present day Holy Land, Mary Joyce. A celestial dragon has just been sentenced to death. I'm assuming Mjolsgard? Our food supply is gone, eh? We have no bread. All we have is cake, eh? However, this information will never be reported to the outside world. Who is this guy? What? The judge was the former king of the land known as God. The judge was the former king of the land known as God Valley. He currently serves as the supreme commander of the God's Knights. His name is Saint Figure. Is this Shanks' daddy? Wait a minute. Who was? Whoa! Wait a minute. He's a Figurelandian. He currently serves as the supreme commander of the God's Knights. So this former king of the land. So are the gods? So, but like, was it Zebek running? When was this then? So he's the former king of. So, wait, I'm confused. Because once you become a celestial dragon, you gave up your original kingdom, and then you moved to the Holy Lands. So are you saying that like his bloodline is the rightful rulers of the God Valley, or did he leave the Holy Lands to take over God Valley, lost command of it? That's what I'm confused about. So I'll continue reading. So the judge was the former king of the land known as God Valley. He currently serves as the supreme commander of the God's Knights. His name is Saint Figureland Garling. The man sentenced to execution, none other than the one who chose to defend fishermen, Saint Don Quixote Milesgard. Anyone who protects racism! Anyone who protects scum is lower than the scum they protect. A man who can even judge the celestial dragons. Break for five weeks. Chapter 1086 end. Ouch. Yeah, it's Mjolnir. So I'm assuming this is not like a fake out death. This is like he's dead. But you know, prices have to be paid. So Saint Figureland Garling. So, like, Figureland is, like, the place where Shanks' people is from. So, a lot of people think like... So, like, when we saw the God's Knights, so one of the dudes looked like Shanks. So, like, it could be Shanks' clone, or it could be Shanks' relative, or it could just be someone from Shanks' kingdom that just looks oddly like him. The fact that one of his people is a celestial dragon... well, what I assume is one of his people, because Figureland is his first name. This is interesting. And he killed Milesgard. So let me read to our readers. Thank you for reading One Piece to accommodate Oda Sensei's eye surgery. Oh shit. Get well soon, Oda. Oda Sensei's upcoming eye surgery. One Piece will be taking a break from issue 29 on sale Monday, June 19th. Until issue 32 on sale Monday, July 10th. Don't apologize. Oh, no, you don't apologize. Get well soon. Take all the time you need. Man, if One Piece was twice a month, I'd be fine with that. Like, you know, 1,086 chapters. Come on now. Some of y'all tweaking. Getting upset when these mangakas go on breaks. And when they drop dead, you'll be like, oh, rip. Oh, thoughts and prayers. Man, but when we get more Berserk chapters, man, some of y'all bogus. Bogus as hell. That was your PSA from today. So the revelations we got from this chapter. So the big one is we got the name of the leader of the God Knight. So this dude looks intense. I know people were discussing how strong are the God Knights, or how strong could they be, or should they be? Are they the final opponents for the Straw Hats? Are they some type of endgame opponents for the Straw Hats? This still looks intense. Like, because does it make sense for these dudes to be Admiral level? Nah, not all of them. But Figureland might be. If he's related to Shanks, he might be that dude. So that might be the Luffy fight, and then the rest of the people don't matter. Or it's like, they're good fights, but it's like the Straw Hats, like Do I think Endgame Zoro and Sanji should have to go all out to beat a God's Knight, given what's in front of them for the rest of the series? Probably not. I think Luffy might have to go all out against the leader, probably. But for the rest of them, I would hope Sanji and Zoro will be able to, like, maybe uncomfortably mid-diff him, you know? Not, like, Zoro should have to use Ashura, you know? Or maybe, or, like, if he uses Ashura, it's like, he did use all his hockey or something. I don't know. But it's interesting seeing how powerful the Straw Hats are now. Thinking about the struggle that they will be in the future, where it's like, Sanji, you could, like Sanji fought Queen straight up. Like, that, Sanji was boxing Queen. Zoro was boxing King. It wasn't like some weird, like, getting your ass whooped and then magically win. No. Sanji and Zoro was hooping with King and Queen the entire time. It's just that they needed the hockey to damage them. Like, once they got Sanji wasn't hockey. It was like he got his Germa body so he could make hotter flames. Which I hope to get an explanation about him. Like, actual, like... I mean, there is an explanation in the world of One Piece, but it's like, it's my passion. That's not a real explanation. There should be a better explanation. But like, once Sanji and Zoro figured out how to damage King and Queen, the fight was over. That was the entire fight. It was like, alright, we need to level up our offensive abilities to break through these tough hockey beasts. Like, these dudes were like, it wasn't explicitly stated as armament hockey is why King and Queen were tough, but like, I assume it's their zone bodies plus general strong foundational armament hockey is why, well, Lunarian DNA for King. But like, once Zoro and Sanji figured out how to damage King and Queen, they're legit commander tier dudes. Like, I don't know how you slice it. Like, they're strong. Zoro Story and Sanji are strong. So unless all of the God Knights are Admiral level dudes, Sanji shouldn't really be struggling with most people at this juncture. Like, if you're not an Admiral, Sanji shouldn't be like struggling. Like, if you're not like a Yonko level dude, if you're not like Sanji and Zoro might be able to box with Kaido and Big Mom right now. I legitimately think they wouldn't win, but I think if you had Sanji and Zoro versus Kaido, I think they could hold Kaido up for a good amount of time before Kaido eventually beats them. So it's like, if these God Knights are that nasty, that's scary for the Straw Hats and for the One Piece world. But also, we saw the sexy beasts that were the Garose. We got their actual names. Saint J. Garcia Saturn, we knew that. Saint Marcus, the full names, the full titles. Defense Science Warrior God. So they all have the title Warrior God, but they're of each an aspect. So I'm guessing each branch of like governing a society is governed by a particular Garose. So military and science is governed by Garcia Saturn, which is why he's heading to Egghead. Which is, and then we got Saint Marcus Mars, the environmental warrior god. So I'm guessing he governs nature. He's the EPA of the One Piece world. If you need to put an animal on the endangered species list, you have to go to Saint Marcus Mars. You want to stop companies from dumping toxic sludge into your town's river, you have to go to Saint Marcus Mars. I'm guessing that's how it is. I hope we get explanations on what each of these Garose people do in their like actual profession. Then Justice Warrior God is Saint Topman Valkyrie. So I'm guessing he governs Ennis Lobby, Impel Down, just regular judiciary stuff. Maybe when the Ace execution, he's the one you get approval from. Like, hey, we're gonna publicly kill this guy. He has like rubber stamp. Good. That might be who he is. The Finance Warrior God, Saint Ethan Baron V. Nosduro. So finance money. So he's got to make sure the paper's right. Self-explanatory. The agricultural warrior god Saint Shepherd Jupiter. So he governs crops. He governs livestock. Interesting. You got to feed the nation. You got to feed your nation. You got to feed your people. So I wonder if so the question is, are these girls say immortal, or is it like after these dudes die, they're gonna get replaced by new people from their families, and then they'll continue in the roles, or they're gonna elect new people to have the roles. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna explain how the Gorosei came to be. But that's pretty cool. We got their full names. And then we got the name of the thing that destroyed the Lucia Kingdom is the Mother Flame. And Ivankov mentioned that it's probably an ancient weapon. And then we see that S Flamingo, S Gecko, and S Crocodile. Oh! The Crocodile clash with S. Wait a minute! I didn't realize. So I'm assuming this Seraphim, the parents of the Seraphim and the Marines, they saw a crocodile was spotted wait, what? Whoa. I mean, no, sorry. I was getting confused with God. I was like, why is crocodile at God? I was getting confused for a second. Like, is he helping God? Whoa! I was getting, my bad. I got confused. So the Marines pulled up to Empty Wolf Islands with Seraphim. That's crazy. When did this happen? Or is it a different time? Because we said crocodile spotted on Empty Bluff Island. Then we see the 3 Seraphim. That's crazy. This is all in all a fun chapter. A lot of information. We saw some of the other Seraphim. We don't know how many more they have. They might have one for Blackbeard. They might have one for Law. So who knows how many other Seraphim that they have. But the fact that we see Doflamingo, Moria, and Crocodiles is pretty big. And then Mother's Flame, destruction of the Lucia Kingdom. But Dragon says that Vegapunk would never make something to destroy people. And they did say this is something Vegapunk made. So they're probably not dead. They just went somewhere else. Maybe it's like a dimensional thing, time manipulation. Because the Dragon want to drop that part where Vegapunk will never create an item to kill people. So that will factor in. Let's see. I guess since Eva says that it's probably an ancient weapon negates the Vegapunk making it part. Maybe Vegapunk tinkered with it. That's what Emu was mentioning. That is. I'm curious to see how they elaborate on that. But Rip Miosgard, shit, got clapped. Racism. Just Figureland's racist. I mean, I should have known that crescent moon hairstyle. That must mean something. The reason I did the alert first because I remember in the view card it was like Beckman's the moon, the Shanks' sun. So maybe this means something. But pretty interesting hairstyle. So he's a celestial dragon. The judge was the former king of the land known as God Valley. Is he a relatively new gross celestial dragon then? That God Valley part trips me out. That doesn't make sense. Unless it's like he's like a recent addition to the celestial dragons. Like 39 years ago when God Valley had he legit left his post within the last 50 odd years. Which is possible. There might be new Gorosei, new celestial. They might elect new people to become celestial dragons. That's not crazy. So I hope they go into detail because that part doesn't make sense, given what the recent history of God Valley, that their king that the current head of the God Knight was the last king. It has to be within the last 50 years that he left his post. And he's racist, out and out bigot, just bigotry, just oozing bigotry. Woo! Look, you got the egg, you got the Dr. Eggman nose with the shades, the cool jacket, pretty cool. And then you got the people in the back of the other celestial dragons cheering in the background as Mjolnir is dead. Damn, this is messed up. But let me know what you think about the chapter. There was a lot of good information in these last 2 chapters. So we're staying up on the world government side of things, the key players, the names of the entire girls say that's legit. Saint Figureland Garling, bigotry. That is just with the sword, pinning Mjolnir to the Holy Land cross. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about the video. Let me know what you think about the chapter. Like the video. Hope you get well, Oda. Peace out. Manga After Dark out.